Hey everyone, let's unbox and take a look at the Great Deku Tree by LEGO. This is set number 77092, contains 2,500 pieces, retails for $299.99, and this set was provided by the LEGO Group as a requested review. Thank you, LEGO. We'll get into what that means in a little bit. So we got ourselves a large Deku Tree. Here we have Link and Zelda. That's pretty cool. Look at all the stuff that we can do here, and it's pretty big. Here's the top of the box with the figures. So obviously we have Princess Zelda, Link, Young Link, and another Link. So it looks like you get 3 Links all rolled up into one. And yes, I've played Legend of Zelda many times. So let's pull the back here, let the camera focus itself in. And yes, it's a 2-in-1 model, so obviously you could do all this stuff here, and you have to change all that. Now, how gruesome it is to change all that, we don't know. We're going to have to do that in the build installments here. And let's see if the focus will really do good on this right here, too. So this thing here is actually 35 centimeters or 13.5 inches wide. There's 2 different widths. But in this review, we're going to be doing the one that's on the front of the box. And yeah, this doesn't look like a bad set. This looks pretty massive. Matter of fact, I'm trying not to whack into the camera. So this is the model we're going to be focusing on in the tour. Let's open this set up and see the contents. And yes, I'm already aware that this set is already available, but I want to see how the build goes, and 2, I've been getting requests to build this set, so I figured why not. And a requested review is simply just that. I asked LEGO through the Ambassador Network if I can review this set, and well, here it is. So my application got approved. We could do that. Oh my goodness, look at all the bags in there. Okay, well, let's see here. We got plenty of numbered bags, obviously. And, well, we found the most important one first. So I'll have to hang on to that. Now, I'm hoping it's just like bag 1, bag 2, not bag 3. Not like where it's got 5 bag 1s, 2 bag 2s, and stuff like that. And let's open this up here. Oh, I got something to put my taxes in. Alright, let's see here. Let's get going here. Alright. And there's the building guide. And yes, it's like a phone book, huh? Do we have anything else hiding in the bottom? I'm hoping it's all printed, no stickers. No, I didn't watch any other reviews because I don't want to be spoiled. So, let me get some of this off here. Oh, I've never seen those in that color before. Okay, just the unboxing alone is going to take us a long time to do. So let's just see here. Okay, this talks about that. We'll go into more detail on the second channel on this. So it doesn't really tell us how many bags there are. So I kind of wish LEGO would put in an inventory sheet. Now obviously with something like this you should get a brick separator. I hope they provide one in here. Indeed they do. So that answers our question. And yeah, it looks like I got my work cut out for me. I'm not sure how many bags there are, so you'll have to check out the description. And it's going to be a lot of work to build this here. As you can see, there's a lot of stuff here. We'll just have to toss it on the workbench. Okay, so before we can begin building this behemoth, we need to pull out some bags here. Now, I did count up the bags. There are 24 bags, 23 of them which are numbered, and 1 that has just miscellaneous parts. So what I'm going to do, and I'm just proposing to do it, is we're going to break this down, probably 2 to 3 bags per build. I'm going to give myself an hour just because of editing 4K videos does take a lot of time. So I'm pulling out the first 5 bags. So I looked through the building guide, and it looks like we can go. Yeah, it's going to take a while. It looks like we could probably go up to bag 19, and then for the second model, you have to do some disassembly and stuff. Okay, now we're going to take a look at the building guide. And I know some of you like looking at these. I don't have a way to do a lecture or anything with something this big. So we can just kind of peek through it here. I'll just hold it like this. There's really no other way to do this. With 4K, I'm sure you'll be able to read that now. A legend spanning decades. Oh, wow, I can't wait. Yeah. And I like the graphics, and this is really cool. And The Legend of Zelda. Ocarina of Time. Now, of course, you can, I'm sure you can download this and read it at your own leisure. So, obviously, we have several different minifigures. We also have the young Link, regular Link here. And, of course, we have, I guess, the adult version of Link, and we have Princess Zelda. Yeah, brings back a lot of memories, huh? When I used to have that gold NES cartridge of Legend of Zelda, that was the most epic game at its time. So, this is, yeah, this book is like a phone book. It's pretty heavy. So you got two versions of the tree that you could build here. It looks like he's ready to throw up or something. We don't know, especially with those colors. And yeah, this is the one that we're going to be building here today. And then we'll get to the other one in a later installment. So, it goes up to about page something, I can't remember. And then you build it up to here, and then you jump over to another book. So it just kind of tells you here, you know, where to go with the build. So you're not going to use all the bags from what I'm gathering. And we're going to be focusing on the Breath of the Wild. We'll be doing this one here. And then we're going to save this one here at a later date. Okay. So we're going to need to mark this here. We're just doing a manual preview right now. I'm just planning out the build. That may be how I'll index it. And I think it was page 250 something that kind of ended it. I don't remember. I should have put a bookmark in here. But we're not going through all the bags here. Or it could have been 97. I can't remember. Oh yeah, and I'm just trying to find it here. You gotta love my style of builds here. I try to see, we're at bag 20 already. So I don't know how this is broken down, but we're not going to see 23 here. And this is for the alternative model. This is finishing the other one up. So I don't know exactly what bags we're going to be using. I'm trying to find something to use as a bookmark that doesn't have my personal information all caked on it. I'll use this Asus motherboard thing as a bookmark. Okay. Alright, so essentially that's how I'm going to break it down. Let's take a look at the first portion here. We hadn't even built it yet. We're still doing the preview of it. So yes, we're going to focus on this one here first. And start right here. It does come with the Brick Separator, that's good. And I didn't see any stickers, that's even better. And yeah, we have Deku Shield. Looks like that is young Link. Okay. So we're going to do that. And yeah. let's begin the adventure with bag 1. Let's build it. Now this is going to be a detailed build installment. So if you like this type of stuff, there you go. This will be over several build installments, and I'm going to go ahead and tack the intro and unboxing with this too. And small pieces. I just got done doing a boring set review. Not too fun. And today is the 25th of March 2025. Now, we're going to label this obviously as Link, or Young Link. Younglings. Right, let's put him together. I got to have Link before we can have Zelda. Maybe I should have done Zelda first. Okay, before we do anything, are we sharp? We are. Okay. So I'm going to swing this here. We're going to be focusing right here. Let me tilt this down here. So if you like build installments, storytelling, stuff like that, you are in the right place. Okay. And I've got bags and everything falling all over me over here. Alright, well, we found the head, or the helmet. There's the head. So you get 4 Link figures. Now, this is a set here that I've been getting requests for. So I contacted LEGO to see if they'd send me a set for review, because we could do that on the Ambassador Network. And I thought, well, the worst thing they can do is tell me no. And they said yes. And let's have the Happy Link. And yeah, so this is like a set that we've only dreamed to have back when I was a kid growing up in the 80s, 70s and 80s. I wish we had stuff like this, but no. Sets were not advanced like they are today. So yeah, a requested review is simply just that. I requested this. So, well, if I can get the head on right. So if you're on the fence wanting to buy this set, yes, this is it. Boy, curtains. Yes, I've had my hair like that many times when I was younger, not anymore. I miss those days. Oh. That's printed. Let's see if the focus works good if I bring it up close. There we go. I was doing a set review and I tried doing that. It was acting really funny. Let's see here. Let's focus on Link there. Yeah, so I think if I move slow, it should be fine. Like I said, I'm still learning how to use this goofy gadget. Trying to find the shield now. So if you like these type of builds, yeah, I mean, I think I've only beat the NES version of Legend of Zelda once. That was the main world. That wasn't the one where you spelt Zelda with the maps, but with the other ones. And it was a fun time. Eating junk food, playing video games after school. And there we go. Yeah, I like this camera. I notice it's got a cross right in the middle. You won't see it on your end, but yeah. Okay, now it looks like we're building a base of the tree. And yeah, this is a little different than what I was building the other day. It's already been released. It's the Horizon Adventures. LEGO sent me the set because I have the game. And I could live without that one. That was a set that I was like, oh, I don't know. This one here, it kind of hits home a little bit because I grew up playing NES. That's what we had. NES and Atari 26 and 5200, and we had the Sega. That type of thing. So, kind of grew up with both of those, which is really cool. What a time to be alive back then. Everybody pretty much got along. You know. And yeah. So we're going to see how this goes today. I'm hoping this is going to be a really good, interesting build. And the reason why I'm building it now is I'm waiting for the set that I didn't want to review. It's processing now. It's taken about 20 hours because of 4K. And then I'm working on updating my new computer. I'm slowly ripping things off of this machine that I'm working on now. And yeah, so far the building guide is easy to follow. We're only on step 8. Is it going to get harder? We don't know. It's probably going to get a little harder. But at least this set's got at least some color to it, at least some nature colors, that kind of thing. So yeah, thank you guys and gals for suggesting this set here. And yeah, so the requested reviews are just that. I can ask LEGO to send me a set, and if it gets approved, then they sure will. But I can only do it 3 times out of the year, so I got to be very, very careful how I do that. And don't expect it too much because they already send me enough sets as it is. Okay, so what I'm going to do here, I'm going to put the focus on manual. So now if I bring it up, it won't go fokey on us. Okay. So if my hand gets in the way, it doesn't keep changing. I tried that in one of the other sets. It was acting kind of screwy, so it's like, well, I don't know. Okay, we need that tile. So everything in here, from what I can tell, was printed. I didn't see a sticker sheet. So for $300, this is probably going to be a really good build. Just be careful with your colors. You got baby poop green, or olive green, and you got sand yellow. So I'm just trying to separate some of the parts now so I can find certain things. Trying to keep these video clips pretty short. So I think what I'm probably going to do is time this, which I forgot. This camera does not have a time on it, so I'm going to say I've probably been filming for 15 minutes or something like that. We don't know. And that kind of thing. So I just use a stopwatch to see how much time I have spent on it. That kind of thing. So yeah, thanks guys and gals for suggesting this set. A friend of mine already had got the set. He put it together. He even said it was a really good build. So if you're on the fence, this is the video for you. So even I was on the fence. I thought, well, let me ask for a sample of it. And we're just going to completely just take our time with this, build it very slow. And if you're stuck on a step and you're watching this, hopefully I can help you out. But I'm not an expert. So don't construe this as a professional product builder review. That's just what we're doing here. And yeah, video game stuff. I'd like to see more game sets like this. I hope they bring out more Zelda themes. But I doubt it. We were all talking about something like this. Is it ever going to be where they're going to release other sets? We don't know. This may be the only Zelda set that LEGO may ever release. We have no clue. So hopefully they don't do that and they release more different types. And I've been sorting out a bunch of sets lately. I'm just parting out a bunch of sets and planning out some new mocks. I got one that I'm just kind of toying with right now, and I just don't know what I'm going to do. I'm still working on the restaurant build, but with this now I can't do that. And yeah, and this was something I requested, so we can't blame LEGO for this. This is something that I asked for. So that's what a requested review is. I asked for it. We can apply for it. We have a budget we have to stay within and stuff. So, but I know there's a bunch of sets probably going to be coming in. Usually LEGO brings out the new stuff. Usually at the 5th and 11th months out of the year. So what I'm gathering is I just don't want to get too crazy and requests for sets, and then I got to do those on top of the actual LEGO reviews. And this is what this is. This is a review offer, more or less. I have to do the paperwork and the reports and stuff for it. So it's like a same thing, except I asked for it. For those who are curious. And sometimes, yeah, I get kind of tired and I don't want to do the paperwork, but I keep a scheduler of all the paperwork I have to fill out, so it makes it a little easier for me to keep track of paperwork for sets like this. Because when you get 50 some odd sets, it's hard to keep track of what you got to do. So that's what I try to do, is try to keep track of everything as much as I can. And yeah, and I think we're going to get our money's worth out of this set. Now, like I said, this was just given to me as a review offer, so we'll see if it's really good. Now, like I said, I'm not really biased, as I'm using my personal time right now. I could be doing something else. Okay, now it looks like we're building ourselves part of the sides of the tree. Let's take a look. Okay, it looks like it's a mirror. Let me make sure here. It's hard to say. I don't think it is. Okay. If you're not sure, don't be like me and do it anyways. Don't do that, because that could be a big problem here. You can tell the difference between a set that I want to do and a set that I have to do. This is something that I want to build. So there's a difference. So obviously, when I do the review, I'm not going to say, well, the set's boring. You know, how's that focused in still? Okay. I'm not going to be like, oh, the set's boring, don't get it. You know, this is something that I'm interested in, so obviously it's a little... I'm not going to lie to you, the review is going to be a little biased. But we don't know what the build quality is, we don't know what the build experience is. All I've heard is from second-hand experience that it is a really good build experience, so we don't know. Boy, that looks like more what we'd see back in the 60s and 70s, that color palette. I think I may have had a bedspread that color back when I was a kid with those stripes. Okay. Yeah, so I've been busy doing that, working on the computer, doing day work, just all that stuff. And I've noticed some people more and more want the shout-outs, so we'll do the shout-outs later on in the video. I don't like doing them at the beginning. Okay, that goes like that. Okay. Getting there. We haven't done any of the hard stuff yet, so I don't know. I have a feeling it's going to get worse before it's going to get better. I'm sorry if my hands are in the way, so I'll try to pull them out instead of just doing like this. That kind of thing. So I managed to get a couple of tutorials filmed over the week. I got them done. I got 7 more tutorials to finish up for the year. That's not including mocks, so hopefully I get a mock squeezed in. And all sorts of stuff. Yeah, the Great Deku Tree. We always would tease about that in our group. I said someday I should just build a forest with just Deku trees. And just the basis of this set alone will probably be good for a base of a tree. So just swap out the vomit colors for something more cheerful, and there you go. Like the Smurfs Great Oak, since I've been watching the Smurfs a lot lately. Okay, it looks like this goes right in here. Like that. Okay. Well, that's pretty seamless, huh? Okay, now let's get on with the other side. And yes, I had to take a break. I had to do something real quick. Okay. Now, I'm assuming that this is probably a playable model, so we can play with this. I don't know. So you can tell I'm in a better mood. I'm tired just because of all the work I've done this week so far, and it's only Tuesday. Yes, so... a buddy of mine was looking for minifigures just from the set until he was looking on eBay. And he found some that were just something he's like, oh, I don't think I'm going to spend that kind of money. I'm like, nah, I'd get another set before I do that. Okay. And minifigures I'm not really heavily into, but minifigures for a set like this, well, this is something I kind of grew up with when I was a kid, so I would prefer to have these minifigures. Make sure the yellow side is there. Now, sets like this, these are pricey, but this is $300 for 2,500 pieces. Hopefully there's a lot of big stuff in here. What I'm looking at is build experience. Is this going to keep my interest? Is this going to keep your child's interest, you know, if you're watching this? You know, is it going to be something that my kid's going to get bored with after 10 minutes? Is it going to be hard to put together? We don't know. So if you're watching this just to see the build, yeah. And so far, it's keeping my interest. I did that one set, that Horizon set, and it just, I was just like, oh, I don't want to do that. And then this came in later in the latter part of the day, and I thought, oh, I still got to do that review. I'm still editing that review as we speak right now, so I'm waiting for that to get done here. And yeah, it's like 90-something degrees right now, but in the latter part of the week, it's going to get in the 50s and 60s. So we don't know if winter's over or not yet. We don't know out here. The Great Deku Tree. Oh, wow! At least this is a fun set. At least we're getting to something fun now. I got tired of doing those boring ones, but now we're doing a fun one. I'm going to install the Horizon Adventures on my new computer and see how well it works. Okay. I'm thinking maybe 3 bags per installment might be fine. That means there'll be 8 installments in total. Okay. Now we got to build 2 things that go in here. So let's get going here. I'm trying to index it. So right now we're building the sides of the tree. Trying to think of a way to index this where it makes more sense. I don't know. I got to think on that one. Whoa. Yeah, work's been kind of a brute. And then I got to take care of some stuff here at the house. Seems like I'm the only one that's doing it right now. So I'm like, oh, chores, but I got to get them done. So if you're a young one watching this and you got to do chores, well, you know, even when you own a house and you're taking care of your family, you got chores to do. It doesn't matter, except nobody tells me to do them. I have to tell myself. Okay, and then there's another plate that goes at the bottom here. And these, I think that peg right in the middle goes in that tube. Let's take a look here. Yes, it does. So just put that in there. Let's see. I'll just do it like that and just drop it down in there. There we go. I mean, it matches the book. This book is so thick, it's like a phone book. All right, now we're going to be focusing on the back here. Now, I've obtained a bunch of these. These bricks will come in handy, so if you're starting to get a bunch of those in your collection, hoard them. They're good for siding. You can tile walls. You can do all sorts of stuff with that, and in addition, it's finished off on the inside with no holes or anything, so that's always good. But yeah, I mean, this is the stuff that people want to hear. Is it going to keep my interest? If this is a set I wasn't interested in, but we don't know, I could have been, you know, first impressions on the box. Is it going to be something interesting or not? But so far, it looks pretty promising. I mean, here we got the base of the tree built here. And now it looks like we're building a signpost with this. Like that there. Matter of fact, I gotta find something to make for dinner. I can't even read that. Yeah, right there. Put that right in the corner. But you notice I'm taking my time. Sets like this, and you know, if I can get that in there, you want to take your time. Oh, wait a minute, you know what I forgot to do? Put that on a pillar. My bad. Now, here I make mistakes, so if you make mistakes on your model, you're not the only one. Looks like Link's taking a nap over there. And I noticed something. I could have just zoomed in a bit better, huh? There we go. Like I said, summoned by the Great Deku Tree. See if that will come up for you there. You can pause the video and read that if you want. So I'm looking at the viewfinder constantly, make sure that you can see what I see, and what I see you can see. I think you guys and gals are going to be happy with the sets that or not the sets, the stuff that I'm going to be doing for summertime, summer fun. One of them is going to be, oh, that's printed. And does it matter which way it goes on? Maybe it's just a bunch of butterflies. We don't know what that is here. It's got, oh, is it red light, green light? But I only remember it having a blue on there. Like, you know, red light, green light, that game. So we'll put that there. And they have, okay, fall down. They have these two that go with it too right here. But this goes right here in this corner. That's if I can get it in there, huh? There we go. Alright, and that's it. Now, we got an extra sword here. Did I forgive Link his sword? That's what I did. He's going unarmed. You know what that means. He's in the overworld. Guess what's going to happen to him with those things that pop out of the ground? He's only going to be able to whack him off with the shield. But yeah, so far we survived Bag 1, and it's not too bad. And I'm going to hang on to just 2 of these tiles. I think what I'm going to do is shove them here. I'm just going to tack them down here so I don't lose them, because they're part of the review process. And that's what we have remaining. Okay, now we're moving on to bag 2, and so far I'm pretty pleased. Not too bad. Instructions are easy to follow. And now we're going to be focusing on another Link. So here we got him right here. And that is the Ocarina of Time. Pronounce that. Hey, my video game lingo is pretty much non-existent now. Looks like there's not a whole lot in this bag. So I think what I'm going to do is probably just keep it maybe about an hour or so per installment. So let's see what we can do here. I did the unboxing, the intro. I kind of slipped and forgot the first 5 minutes. So probably about 20-25 minutes, I don't know. We'll see how far we can get on this today. So let's put together the big Link. We got the young Link, now we're doing the big Link. Oh, I found the shield this time. That's a nice printed piece. That's really nice. Really good. Alright. It's going to take us a while to find all the parts. So the colors are more like nature colors. Now, do I want the serious or him yelling? Yeah, we'll keep the serious. Okay. And then we need... oh, he's not wearing a skirt. Wow! That's depressing. Okay. He's a big boy now. He doesn't need all that other stuff. Still got the curtains, I see. Okay, and then we got to give him the shield. He's not even got that. Oh, the ocarina thing, if I'm pronouncing it right, that's a little musical instrument. I wish they made that in other colors, but they, I don't know, where he blows it or something like that. And like I said, I haven't played Legend of Zelda in a long time. So that's what he is. Pretty cool. So you get 3 Links and 1 Princess Zelda. So I guess you can recreate, because this set's like a 2-in-1, so you can do a whole bunch more with it. Okay. Now we're going to start doing accessories. Trying to get that out of my mouth there. Trying to say it is the problem. Just got done with the batch of files. Now I've got to send another batch up. So yeah, I'm just trying to get that computer going so I can play video games. I can't right now. I think it's supposed to attach inside, but you know what would make it better? What if I turn on the ring light like this? Let's see here. If I can do that. I also noticed with that set review that I didn't do too well on. The brightness was up a little too much, so I'm trying to get that sweet spot. So it looks like these are just anchored down in here, which I like, because we don't want these just to fly around. Because if you go like that, you don't have to worry about it. We got a dark blue minifigure head with a straw sticking out of it. Yeah. Yeah, once I get the boring video processed, I'll really kind of start doing some stuff here. And now my hands are in the way again. Well, I did not want to go in there, but it's kind of looping onto the stud. Or am I putting it on backwards? No, it just sits in there, I guess. I thought it was fixed. But that's how it is. But of course the compass that we got to find. So we're doing all the accessories, so we'll go back to the fun stuff again. And this is what I'm saying I'm grading on, is stuff like this. If I have to start hunting for parts, it gets to be kind of boring. I did a set, which is the same set we were mentioning about. It was mostly medium, just medium, mostly small parts. There's the compass right there. And I was like, oh my goodness, I just want to get it done. Must be the loot crate. And no, we're not done yet. We got more stuff in here. So before we can get back to the tree, we're going to have to do all the small stuff. I want to work on the tree, not accessories. So I think bag 2 is accessories. So we did Link, and now we're doing accessories. I wonder if my friend is watching this, shaking his head going, oh, Jay, you're going to roast this beautiful set? Well, if it gets to be where I'm doing the little stuff, yeah, I will. I don't have a problem with that. But I requested this, so I can't blame myself. I got to take blame for it, at least. You know, that kind of thing. Yeah, I got to think of something to make for dinner. So before I can do that, I got to do part of this. That's another thing that we can grab a hold of there. That goes in here. Okay. And then we got the shield that we had. Toss that in there. That's what it looks like so far. And yeah. Magic jar, red potion, bomb, compass, hook shot, and helium. Here, let me show you here so you can take a look at that at your own leisure here. Okay. So at least it's got a little bit of info about the build. That's really good. I noticed more of the expensive sets have that. I'd like to see it in more of the cheaper sets too, like the regular ham and egg stuff. Boy, building this kind of reminds me of building the campground stuff. It's got the campground colors. And then now we're starting more on the tree again. I forgot to say that. But it's not a bad set so far. I haven't really ran into any hiccups. At least we're not doing all the minifigures and accessories first and exhausting ourselves before we get to the main build. So we don't know. And I noticed we haven't seen any scratched pieces yet. So that's even better. Now, the score on this set right now is at a 10. Nothing really has flaked apart or disintegrate. So it'll still get the normal review treatment. It will just be that. This is essentially a review, so it may fail. We don't know. This could fail. Something I want, but it fails. We don't know. We have no clue. Jay, please don't fail that set. If I have to, I have to. I'm sorry. I've had some people say I'm just too rough on the reviews. I'm sorry. You want me to filter it all? Right now, it's at a 10. So it's got it, including this bag. It has, I think the main model stops at 19. So now Lego asked if I would want 2 of these, and no, we're gonna just one, because I am going to take this one apart and we're going to do the second build. And I think that's probably the best way of doing it, is doing it like that, because most people are not going to buy 2 Deku trees. This is $300. It's very expensive, so I'm not going to just say, well, we got to buy 2 of them. You could. I wouldn't. Unless you really want to. I know a buddy of mine wants to buy another one, so I was like, cool. You should request for another one. I'm like, no, I think one's enough. I'm like, no, we don't need a bunch. I don't need to have a forest of Deku trees. It'd be kind of cool, but no, not for. No, I don't want to be greedy. And 2, most people only buy just 1 copy, and that's it. Unless you're Moneybags, Mr. Moneybags from Spiral the Dragon. Okay, right there. So we're building some panels. It's better than those pre-made ones that we've been building lately from some of the other sets, where it's just those, like the 1x6x5 panels. So far so good, huh? We haven't messed up yet. Really, I haven't done anything, and I got the brick separator we haven't even touched. That's really good. Okay, so this goes on here like that. At least we're getting somewhere here. But when I take this thing apart, I'm going to include the disassembly with the build installments. When I'm done with all this, it will be in a playlist, so the whole entire set collection will be here. This is probably something I am going to put on display, so you probably won't see the second build for a while. So if you're looking into the set, I'm going to release the main model first with the review. That'll be the one I'll file. And the second portion will be the disassembly and the reassembly of the second model. I've been doing it a lot with the creator sets, so hopefully that will be a thing that some people want to see. And yeah. Okay. Yeah, so it's pretty good so far. As I notice, sometimes reviews do get biased. If it's something I'm really interested in, which this set is, so it may be a biased review. But like I said, we don't know what the build quality is. It could fall apart. Instructions may not be easy to follow. I have no clue. What I do know is that kind of the kind of thing we're doing right now. Can you still see what I'm doing? Yep. Let me bring this here, just right there. But I've been trying to get this new computer set up, which is just taking its time right now. Right now I'm transferring my Minecraft save files over. So I'm doing that right now for the Java edition. Bedrock was painstakingly slow. I had to do each one by hand. And then Java Edition, I just drag the whole folder and dump it in with mods and all. And that's pretty much how I'm doing it here. Yeah, this is probably one of the very first games I got with my NES when I got it, was Legend of Zelda. And it was kind of cool because you didn't need a password for it. And you had to save your games. I fixed a few of them for a few clients. They'd bring a game over and said, well, what kind of game is it? It's a Legend of Zelda. It won't save files anymore. It'll just wipe everything clean. I said, oh, internal battery shot. Put a new one in there and they're good to go. Even some of the Game Boy Advance carts were like that too. A little battery would get shot and that was it. It's like now we don't even need those little batteries anymore for a lot of this stuff, but it was one of the very few games. Like I had Willow, and I couldn't save my games. You had to have that really long encrypted password. It took different symbols, letters, numbers. It was just like a hash key in a way. And it's like, oh. I'm missing a slope, and that's not normally a color I would have. Okay, well, there it is. Yeah, see, I could fail this set too if we're missing pieces. So that's what I'm saying. We don't know yet. Okay, we don't put that on there. Forgot to put these on there. Now, if I make mistakes, obviously it's my fault. So, yeah. Yeah, it's going to get hot. It's already hot as it is, and that kind of thing. I'm not done yet with that. Oh wait a minute, that doesn't go in there. At least this doesn't have like some random pink or blue or something stuffed in it. Alright, and then this goes on the other side right here. But wait. Oh, I thought there was some more of those white things in there. No. It's kind of really flimsy right now. And then we need to start on this part here. Which goes up here like this. Maybe it's the entry into the clubhouse, we don't know. Okay, now it looks like we know what we're doing here. We're starting to add accessories to the base. And we got to make 12 of these little boogers. Looks like it's like some kind of like a fence or something. So now let's make sure here. Okay, they're facing like this. So they're putting these here. You got to make sure these are straight as possible because I noticed this. They got some green rods in there. Okay, so that's going to be something that we're going to have to note. And I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put these in, and we're just going to build one fence at a time just to make everything kind of sturdy. So here we go with the small parts now. You can run, but you can't hide from the small stuff. Okay, and that's what you're supposed to do. Now I did that right now, like I said, just to kind of get the step out of the way. You don't have to do that. It's not a bad fence idea if you need a fence on a pinch. So you just stick those in there like that. And yeah, so steps 73 and 74 are going to be slow. But we are going to survive this. Making sure I get that right in the center there as best I can. There we go, and push it in. Pretty easy. Okay. And we got to do more. Yeah, but at least though I'm doing this whole video in its entirety. I'm hoping nothing crashes, knock on wood. That's real wood, by the way. Nothing fails, like the memory card goes bad or something. And then we have to back pedal. Okay, pop that in there like that. Got that out of the way. Now we got one more rail to build. And once we get that done for you here, we'll come on and do the next. Yeah, these set review offers are kind of cool when we can request them. I can't just go and say, Lego, send me all the sets you have. There's no way I can keep up. So I'm going to be very picky on stuff like that. I think there's a minimum value we can ask for too, just due to shipping and stuff. So it's not like I'm going to ask for every set. That would just be way too much. Alright, now we rotate it around. We're going to be building ourselves a bed in there. That's not a bad place to take a nap, huh? Do a little bit of camping in there. Okay. And that will keep this from coming apart. I'm probably like that there. This is kind of flimsy, so maybe the bed will hold it down. It's a nice place for a snooze. And then now we got to do the top part of the bedroom. I think that's what it is. I don't know what it is. Be nice to get some more brick yellow slopes. Whoa, where are you going? Get back here. So yeah, I think what I'm going to do here, we're just going to do portions of... I don't know when I'm going to have all the episodes up on YouTube, because 4K videos are just taking way too much time. So I'm not really sure, you know, how long is it going to take. That's what we've done there. But I got to have everything done by the end of the month of April. Okay, and then this goes right here and right here. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Well, we got to be careful because this thing may fly apart. We got to be very careful. I'm just going to work it in very slow. See how it's buckling there? We got to be very careful. Just kind of stick your finger in here like this. If it kind of gets out of shape, and just wiggle that in. And just kind of tap it. See, like that right there? We don't want that, so I'm going to pinch that down. Just kind of just take your time on this. This is going to be a fun one to put together. We don't want to rush through it. And now looks like we're doing some greenery here. So let's get going on that. And we're almost done with bag 2, and I gotta go check the computer when I'm done. So I can play my video games again instead of sitting around building Deku trees. I'm kidding. I don't want somebody to take it seriously. I don't have to worry about releasing this set early because it's already released early. Now, does that go at the corner there? It looks like it might. Like right there. I think that's where that goes. Yes, indeed. Okay, it looks like it's vines. I never thought about using those for vines. It would have been cool. I just need to get those another, like, round and stuff. And then now we have a ladder that goes on here. You know, I guess that's the best Lego can do. But it shows it tucked in here. Oh, you know why? Because I have these things in here. I was just holding those in. So yeah, it's supposed to go like that. Okay. Really good. Really good. And that's it for bag 2. Now where am I going to put these at that I won't lose them? I'll just set them over here right now. And they have a bunch of parts, but like one of each. And this is what we have remaining right here. Alright, I think we're going to wrap up this installment with bag 3. I don't want to overwhelm myself too much because I got a bunch of 4K footage to edit. Okay, so it's like we got a lot more small stuff here. But at least there's big pieces. Set's got a little bit of everything, which I'd like to see. Because honestly, who wants to put together nothing but small stuff? Okay. Alright, so now we got to put together a big boy Link. Okay. And now here we go with the Traveler's Shield. Don't roll off. Okay. At least I have to honestly say, though, that the printings on the torsos and the graphics just are just cool in the sets. You're getting your bang for your buck here. You're not just getting some cheesy old default figs in these. What am I saying? This ain't a creator set. Lego needs to bring out a Friends version. Isn't that cool? Especially for you guys who hate Friends. Oh, we don't want him yelling. We want him to at least look serious. Come on, get your ears on straight. Ponytail? Alright, let's see. No man bun? Would have looked better on him. Give him a man bun with a fade would be better. Bring Link up into at least the 2000s. I don't know when he was around, but there goes that knocking pipe again. Getting these in his hand are a pain. Okay, we need that shield. What color is that? Gray. At least it's big parts. It's not like, oh, I'm looking for something small, but I want to get to the main build, not do this. Okay, and we'll take a look at it here in a second. Jay, please don't roast this set. I hope I don't have to. There's Link. Okay. At least this camera's got a red light I can see when it's recording. But where's Zelda? Is she locked up somewhere? Oh, in addition, I need to get one of those plates out of this bag here. Trying to see where it's perforated. Or do I just rip it open? Oh, I see it. Alright, so we just get a couple of these. This is a nice color to use for if you're building like some kind of like maybe a sea. Just that nice sea green color. That's just that bluish green. Okay. Now we're going to do, looks like, another portion of the base. Yeah, so when I get this stuff, this will not be released until April. And before I forget, thank you everyone for the contributions to what I'm doing here. I appreciate it. So here's your shout outs. And thank you everyone for sending me the contributions on my main channel, as well as from my customers through my Rebrickable store and Patreon supporters. So everything's kind of getting clumped together here. And yeah, speaking of shout outs, I was trying to think of ways. One of the things I didn't think of is, what if somebody, let's say I step away for like 5-6 weeks and somebody becomes a donor and they were just a donor for that month. What do? I'll sum it up. I was thinking about that. I think I would have to sum it up. So that's how I would go about doing that type of thing. So you will not get forgotten. So, and shout outs to everybody who's got birthdays too. Hope you're having a good birthday. And yes, if you like this style of video, if you like me just talking and building, feel free to subscribe. It really helps me out too. So you could do that. That's a good way to support this channel, is to subscribe, and or watch the video while you're sleeping. That's another way of doing it too. And oh, and some lime green color. At first I thought that was that bright green. No, that's some lime green. And yeah, we're just building more of the base here. I mean, this is not too bad. Not too bad at all. I mean, I'm pleased. I'm not... The set that I did before, I feel like I was throwing away my time. This one, no, I feel like I'm investing my time. So if you've got any sets you want me to do, as long as they're not retired, if I have them in my inventory, I might be able to do them. I got a couple of creator sets that are vintage that I really want to get back into rebuilding. So I'm going to do that. And we'll do the same thing, except those are stuff that I bought, so it will not be a review offer. And somebody asked me, are these videos paid promotions? Yes, these are. The reviews are paid promotion. This is really, at the beginning, yes it is. The end it is. But when we're building, this is not. Lego didn't tell me I have to make videos on how it's built. This is something that I'm just documenting. So that's what this is. This is, I want to do this. This is something, oops, I forgot to put that in there. This is something I want to do for you, because you requested it. Okay. Yeah. Jay, please don't roast the set. I'm sorry, I'm going to have to. Still at a 10, so be happy. It's still a 10. It can fail at any minute, so be careful. Don't jinx it. No. Don't jinx it, whatever you do. Looks like that goes right in the middle here. Black is a color I rarely have, so I'm trying to hoard up black too. What would you bet out of black pieces? I don't know. I try to hoard up all the colors that I can, even if it's colors that I'm not really fond of. I still like to hoard them. You know what? I was looking for this bright green for a project. You've probably already seen it on my channel. There it is. So, yeah. Sometimes I don't have the parts, and then sets like this just drops them in my lap. Will this be parted out eventually? I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to keep this forever. But it will be on display. It'll be on exhibit. And no, I'm not going to put it behind glass with an alarm on it like some people do. No, my stuff is meant for everyone to touch and look at. It's Lego. It's what it is. At least I've noticed, though, that the base on this looks like it's modular, which is even better, because modular bases are always cool. You can just snap the parts together and have something big. That kind of thing here. This is like a modular, like a Mills plate. And the whole point about having modular pieces is so you don't have to muscle around a big set. Okay. And we're still working on the base, but this time we're putting the stuff on the top, which I'm going to call it like the deck. But what is the age range of this set? I don't even know what it is. Let me look here, because I don't know. Probably 16, I don't even know. 18 plus. The set that I was doing before this one had so many small parts, that should have been 18. Because this one here, I can at least pick up the pieces and build. You know, that kind of thing here. Okay, we need to save that. I need to find one more of these. I'm also trying to find this bright green in a whole bunch of colors. Okay, and then we got to build 2 of these here. So, hoping you can see everything that I'm doing here. So I want to, like I said, I'm trying to document everything that I do. This is going to be more like a, let's document the build so we don't forget what we did later on. You know, that kind of thing. Now, wait a minute. That's supposed to be lime green. Be careful with your colors in this one here. This set gets tricky. It's very tricky. Alright. Okay. And then I got to make 2 of those little boogers. Yeah, I have to finish painting the house too, and I think I may have just enough paint to finish it up. Because paint is also getting expensive, so I try to avoid it as much as I can. At least it's like a hallway and a kitchen and a dining room. No vaulted ceilings in those rooms. So it'll be real easy to do that real quick. So we made 2 of these, and then these go right in here. This must be like a hedge or something like that. And now we got to move on to some more landscaping here. But, yeah. Let's see. Hold up. Before I start that, I got to go check on something. Okay, sorry about that. Now, we got to continue with more landscaping. Yeah, I still got to get up and check on things. So what I need to do now is start pulling out certain parts because I'm looking for pieces and it could be very tough to find. At least it's got some nice colors, and this is a set you could put together in the spring or summertime. It's nice, bright and colorful here. Okay. Look at all these bright colors, and that's a darker green. Yes, so that's correct. You're going to have to muscle that down in there. Muscling really good. Oops, something fell off. Uh-oh, Lego. I'm going to have to start dinging a little bit. Pieces are flaking. Jay, please don't do it. I got to. I'm sorry. You know, I don't want to have a reputation of having nothing but perfect reviews. Some people may think I'm faking it. Okay, let's start with this one first. They used a hard plate. I like these hard plates. That's a good idea. You could use them for different types of grass, like terrain and stuff. Except I put mine in the wrong spot here. It's supposed to be right there. There we go. So I'm assuming that this is probably for accessories to stick onto. We got some mushrooms in here, if I can find the right color. Not those mushrooms. Get that out of your mind. Alright. And this piece goes right here. Muscle that right down in there for you. Okay. And then now we got to do the other side here, which is just basic greenery. Yeah, so you're going to watch this whole thing in its entirety, so I'm not going to script it, I'm not going to filter, it's going to be just as if I were to sit here and build and we were just chatting. Okay, put that right in there. So we got to fill that hole in next. We're not ready with that yet, I guess. Got to make 2 of these now. 1x5 plates are becoming common. Like, seriously. Matter of fact, even I've been using a lot of those in some of my newer tutorials. 1x5 plates are just like a dream come true. Now we just get them to bring out a 7. And then, of course, that had to move. Put the stud in there. It might be easier if I just build it onto that and stick that shaft in last. Like, stick this right in here first. And then stick the shaft in there. I think that's a little easier for me to deal with. There we go. That's a lot better. And then plate in the middle. Well, oh, it's lime green. Okay. No. We're not done yet. We got to keep going here. We can't stop. We gotta rescue the princess. We gotta save her. We gotta build this real fast so we can ask the Great Deku Tree all these questions that we want to know about the universe and stuff. Maybe he'll talk to us. You know what this thing kind of reminds me of? If you were a kid growing up in the 90s, or I don't know when the show came out, Legends of the Hidden Temple, that's kind of what it looks like, where that temple thing would talk to that idol head, that really ugly thing. Yeah. Now it looks like we're doing something with water, so I'm assuming that's what that is. But yeah, that ugly idol head. Alright. So I was looking at GoPros again. Yeah, if I had money to burn, I'd buy one just for adventure stuff. Just for, you know, I thought about just getting one like a dash cam, just driving around, recording things, but honestly, I was like, yeah, I don't know if I would ever really use it all that much. Probably something I'd use for a few times, and it'd just be like something I would shelve. This camera here is just big and bulky, but I'm getting used to it a bit more, so it's starting to grow on me. So I may tell my friend that I may still keep this camera. It's not for sale anymore, because I'm going to just use the living daylights out of it. You know, if he thinks it was a little too much of an overkill for YouTube videos, but yeah, even I have to agree there. But it's here, and we'll just use it until it falls apart. Yeah, there's a lot of stepping stones in this one here. Like a swampy jungle scene here. You know, it kind of reminds me of some of those, you know, those levels in Crash Bandicoot. That's what it kind of reminds me of, where you have to hop on the lily pads and pray you don't touch water, because if your toe touches water, you're gone. You're a goner. And I'm going to tell you right now, when I see these at the Pick-a-Bricks thing, I'm going to buy more of these stud flowers. Those little hair accessory flowers, those are really nice. And we're not done yet with that. We got to put some greenery on there now. But it's this, you got to be careful with the colors. There's just too many colors to deal with here. And that's it. Oh no, we're not done yet. I lied. We got to put something else up here. I wish though Lego would have brought out Super Mario minifigures. Man, I would be, my wallet would be empty if they did, but they didn't. So, alright, so now we take the main piece and we put this back in here like that. Muscle that down in here. So before I can even think about getting this published, I got to do the other review first. So the other one has to come in. That's on a deadline. This one's also on a deadline. I got to get it done, because when I told Lego I'll be done at a certain time, I best be getting it done at a certain time. I can't just tell them, oh, I'll do it whenever I get around to it. Okay, I got two different leaf colors. Let me put these in here. That tells me, did I make a boo-boo somewhere? Because, or did they pack the wrong part? No, they didn't. There's two of them in here. Okay, so that is, I need to read better. Okay, we got to make one that goes right here. Kind of reminds the campground. Remember when we were doing that with all that extra foliage stuff? I was just dropping these. These are, if you're ever going to get into foliage, get these leaf pieces. I will, you know, here's the deal. It's a nice piece to have. It's a piece that you could hoard, because you'll always run out of those no matter what you're doing. And then we got the Endura Shroom, okay, and the Hylian Shroom. Okay, well, yeah, that's sending a message right there. That's where that term came from. I don't know. And then okay, and this goes right here. Just hangs over. We're getting there, huh? How sharp are we? Let me make sure here. Oh yeah, you can really see that, huh? Hey, I got to check the camera. Like I said, I'm still getting used to the controls on it. And so it's the only way to make sure you get a good viewing experience is for me to check. And I'm really enjoying this set. This is an enjoyable build because the one I did before was boring. This one's got a lot of color into it. It's fun. And the one I did before was just meh. It was a video game set and it was not that fun. At least this one's got highlights around the parts. Okay, we got the Silent Princess and the Healthy Radish. Okay, so we got to make a couple of those. So we got some power-up things in here too. I wish they weren't in that color, but that's what I like about the stud flowers. That looks pretty cool, huh? We'll stick that right in that little hole there. I mean, so if you're going to get this, I mean, here's the deal, $300. It's steep. Now, I've noticed something here. Is this a collaborative build? I don't know. So far, we haven't touched that part over there since we've been doing this, so it might be a collaborative build. I'm hoping this is, because this is something you should share with your friends, not just I'm going to build by myself type deal. Okay, so I also need to get some more of these little stem pieces too. We got those little ones like that. And then we got to put the stud flowers on there. Does it need just two, or do we put all three of them on there? It looks like it's just two. The Healthy Radish, yummy. Who doesn't like radishes? Does sound good, huh? A salad. That's what we usually have when it's real hot outside. We'll just make garden salads, and that'll be it for the night. Because it's just too hot to cook in the kitchen. And now it looks like we're moving on to some generic greenery. Gonna make 3 of these. Put these right here. And then you gotta make 2 of the dark greeneries. Yeah, so it's foliage. Yes, it takes a long time, but you know, if you've seen my campground builds, you know exactly why it takes a long time. Look at the detail in this. We're not using tiny little pieces. We're using medium. This is medium. We're using medium, and it's really good, really good. I think whoever gets this, you're going to have a lot of fun. I'm looking at fun. I don't feel like I'm throwing away my time on this. It feels like I'm part of the game here. You know, it feels fun. It just doesn't feel like I'm throwing away my free time today doing this. I won't be able to do all these in one installment because I got to clean off memory cards. But that kind of thing. And we got some carrot sticks here. These go in here. Now if I put these the wrong way, which I did, I'll just turn it around like that and stick that right in the middle right there. It should be fine. Okay. And so I'm looking and seeing they have one that goes in here, so we need 2 of these and 3 of these, so it tells me all of these are just got to be shoved in there, and that's a good thing, and you know why. To strengthen up the these leaf pieces. They'll fall off. This will just give it a little more strength. Okay, we got one more left to do, which is right here. Look at that. It's just, it's a, look at that, it's a lot of detail in there. Lots of detail. I'm really pleased with this. Okay, so that's it, but we have a few extra pieces here. So let's see what we have. I might have forgot something, so we'll just kind of climb over this and see here. I have an extra one of these. So I'm checking to see if I forgot anything here. And this is the time to say, okay, I made a mistake. Okay, here I made a mistake. Guess what I got to do? Put that there. Okay, I make mistakes. Guess what we'll do? fix it right up. There we go. And we have a few extra ones of these here. So, did I forget corners on something? No. Just checking the work, making sure everything's here. Yes, I did. I forgot a few pieces. And when you do a set like this, don't go on to the next bag and give up. Really study if you really want to make an exact copy. Okay. And that's it for bag 3. I haven't used that really, but I did make a few boo-boos in the build. Summation of Thoughts, and honestly, it's a nice set for what it is, and it's keeping my interest. And yeah, I'm going to pick all this up here. I forgot to do that. And that's what we have remaining for bag 3. And I'm pretty pleased with the build so far. It's not like it's boring. I don't feel like I'm throwing away my time. And I have a feeling these go together. But what I'm gathering so far is that up to 2 people so far can construct the set. So if you got a helper, there you go. And yeah, it's not bad. I don't know how this goes together because I don't think it showed us in the book. It shows us at the very end, but we're not interested in that. Yeah, it doesn't show us where it goes. So we're not quite done with that yet. But if you're thinking about getting this set, and for me so far, I'm pretty pleased with it. I don't feel like I'm shortchanging myself of time. And yeah, I think it's a winner. Don't fall down. Am I doing something wrong? Stand up straight, Link. Don't slouch. And that's it. In fact, let's put this on the side so when I do the thumbnail, it'll make more sense here without that kind of, everything's kind of falling, ready to fall over here. But yeah, I mean, that's not too bad for what it is. I mean, that's bags 1, 2, and 3. So tell me what you think so far.